Welcome to Tattletale. Here's today's story. They said I was a nobody, but my signature was on their layoff papers. I wasn't in the room when they mocked me. I was 2 doors down, in a smaller conference space, reviewing workflows no one else wanted to touch. Standard Monday. Cheap coffee. Too much fluorescent light. But I heard it. Not the words, those came later, but the laughter. It wasn't the kind you ignore. It was mean. Sharp-edged. Performed. I knew it was about me, because the laughter stopped the second I walked past. And the VP, who always forgot my name, suddenly smiled too wide, like he just remembered I existed and needed to cover it up fast. I didn't say anything. I never did. They called me the Ghost. I was hired as a business operations analyst, but I handled back-end messes they didn't understand. I fixed budget leaks, cleaned up invoicing pipelines, automated tasks that made them look more efficient than they were. But I never spoke up in meetings. Never fought for credit. Never posted company culture photos with branded hashtags and fake team hugs. So they forgot me. Until it was too late. That quarter, the company went under review. New holding firm. New leadership. Numbers didn't line up. And when the auditors came knocking, they realized something. There was one person who actually knew how the system worked. Nay. They pulled me into meetings. Asked for insight. I gave it to them straight, detailed, and backed by data no one else had cleaned since Cohen. The new CFO took notice. Then the board did. 3 months later, I was promoted quietly to Strategic Compliance Officer. Same desk. Different access. And a whole new level of visibility they didn't even know I had. I didn't tell anyone. Not because I wanted to hide, but because I wanted to watch. Because I knew something they didn't, reckoning was coming. And I had to pen. The restructuring plan came in a thick, sealed folder. No fanfare. Just a manila envelope left on my desk with the post-it that read, ***, need your eyes on this. Quietly. *** inside were names. Departments flagged for redundancy. Teams duplicated after years of on-track expansion. Entire roles built on nothing but old reputations and louder voices. Some of the names made sense. Some didn't. And some made me sit back in my chair and breathe slow. The ones who called me Data Boy. The ones who said, "Remind me who you report to again." The ones who laughed like I wasn't there because, to them, I wasn't. Now their future sat on my desk. And all I had to do was sign. I didn't rush it. I went through each name. Looked at their numbers. Contributions. Emails they'd CC me on without ever asking for input. I didn't seek revenge. I sought receipts. And I found them. Missed deadlines. Fudged reports. Post-written strategies passed off as their own * mine * were written in prettier fonts. So I made notes. Not maliciously. Methodically. Because when you've been invisible long enough, you learn how to see what others ignore. The following week, HR sent out invites for transition planning sessions. A sanitized way of saying, * some of you won't be here next month. * whispers started immediately. People asked questions. Peered into office windows. Tried to put up to managers they ignored for years. But no one looked at me. They still didn't see me. Until the letters went out. Each one sealed, initialed, co-signed by the new executive board. And * me. * my name wasn't in the subject line, but it was on the bottom of every page. * authorized by ** Strategic Compliance M. Raise * in suddenly. Everyone remembered who I was. The office changed overnight. The same people who once walked past my desk without a glance were now hovering near it with awkward smiles and forced "Hey, how are you?" greetings. Too late. Too transparent. One of them, Jonas, tried to sit across from me in the break room like we'd ever had a real conversation. He was one of the louder ones. Called me Silent Mike in Slack once, not realizing I was in the channel. Claimed I had niche spreadsheet energy. Everyone laughed. Now he was laughing again, but it was thinner this time. "Man, wild times, huh?" he said. So much shake-up happening. You could though? Still locked in, right? I looked up from my mug. Yeah, still locked in. He gave a little nod like he was waiting for more. I didn't give it. Because he wasn't there to ask how I was. He was there to figure out if his name was on the next list. The truth? It wasn't. Not yet. But I didn't owe him that comfort. Because when you're seen as small, people forget that you remember everything. I remembered when I fixed his quarterly report and he took credit for the clean numbers. I remembered when I offered to help automate a system for his team and he told me to stay in my lane. So now I was staying in mine. and it just happened to be the lane that ran through every approval channel in the building. 2 days later, he was moved off his project. Not fired yet, but sidelined. The new director asked me privately to trust this guy with anything forward-facing. I said nothing, just slid a folder across the table. It spoke for me. That was how I work now. Not loudly, not angrily, but with precision, with memory, with the kind of power you don't flexio asterisk wield. Asterisk quietly, cleanly. The ones who got laid off never saw it coming, because they were too busy looking up the ladder to notice who built the floor beneath them.